Thank you. Do I have an approval of minutes for last month?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from January 10th.
Do I hear a second? Thank you, Ms. Cox. We have a motion to approve the minutes from January 2nd. All those, is there any discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand. Thank you. This time we will now have the approval of the meeting agenda.
I make a motion to approve the meeting agenda for today.
Are there any additions?
That includes all that was in our, all that was in the vote.
Say that again. Yes, including
All of the, that was in the vote. Do I have that?
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Collins. We have a motion to approve the meeting agenda, including those that were in our agenda when we arrived. Any discussion? All those approved, hold the right hand. Thank you. Dr. Bennett, recognitions and announcements.
Absolutely. Good evening, Madam Chair, board members, and yes, and the audience here this afternoon. There are several groups of folks we would like to recognize, and we will begin this evening with certain recognition of the council.
Good evening, Madam Chair, board members, and Dr. Bennett. At this time, we would like to recognize the school counselors that are here with us in Vance County Schools. February 7th through the 11th was recognized as School Counselors Week. We have submitted a proclamation for the board's approval to formally recognize School Counselors Week from February 7th through the 11th. We want to make sure that our counselors know that they have a difficult job and we appreciate all that they do. They assist our students with their academics, their social emotional needs, as well as their personal needs. And we know that without our counselors, our students and staff would be lost. They provide a service that is invaluable. And so we have some of our counselors here this evening, and we would like to recognize them with the board chair, Ms. Hartness, and Dr. Bennett, the superintendent. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, we would like to ask Mr. Kevin Purdue to come forward for recognition of our bus drivers, our school bus drivers. Mr. Purdue?
Proclamation made by Governor Cooper, February 14th through 18th of 2022, School Bus Driver Appreciation Week in North Carolina. Whereas every day in North Carolina, over 13,000 school buses carry more than 790,000 students to and from school. Without school buses and school bus drivers, many public school students will not have safe, reliable transportation to and from school. School bus drivers travel thousands of miles each school year, navigating rural roads, neighborhood streets, and multi-lane highways to deliver students to their schools and homes safely. Weather and road conditions, student passengers, and other motorists can create special challenges to drivers as they carry out their duties. The state of North Carolina salutes and appreciates school bus drivers and recognizes the invaluable contributions they make to public education and students and safety. As well as the proclamation, the district has got a gift bag we will be distributing to every driver next week. It's got a few items in it. Hand sanitizer, a very nice mask that's FDA approved, nice cup, and I'm not going to quit my day job. I'm not a t-shirt model. We do have a very nice t-shirt for them that you'll see. Thin-skinned school bus drivers transport students into their future. So we feel that they'll all appreciate the token of appreciation we'll provide to them next week.
Thank you, Mr. Purdue. I will say that also all members of cabinet will be meeting the bus drivers on the same day to present them personally with their gift bag and to thank them, because we really could not do the business of schools without them. So thank you, Mr. Purdue, for what you do and Mr. Ross does to ensure that we have good drivers to transport our students. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Next, we would like to recognize a few of our great athletes, Ms. Sandlin and Mr. Horner and Mr. Sheriff, whoever would like to recognize. We appreciate that.
Our fall athletes who received all-conference recognition will be honored tonight, and I will turn it over to the athletic director, Mr. Joe Shera, and the principal, Mr. Rick Warner.
Thank you for allowing us here tonight to represent our athletic department and our wonderful student athletes. This fall, we had one team and 12 student athletes who were recognized at the conference level. First and foremost, our cross-country team, they were recognized with the Sportsmanship Award as the most sportsmanlike team in our athletic conference. They are coached by Charlie Carroll, who is a teacher at STEM, and they're a very great group of kids, and we're very proud of them for that award. Up next is our lone volleyball all-conference member, Jalea Taylor. Jalea is a senior at Vance County High School. What makes this award special for her was that this was actually her first time ever playing volleyball. But she was recruited to play by the coaches because we saw a lot of potential in her due to her athletic ability. Throughout the season, we saw tremendous growth out of her. She ended up leading our conference in blocks and really standing out for our program. She's even been getting recruited a little bit and took a visit up to a school in Milwaukee. So we're excited to see what opportunities come for her. We had two members of our soccer team. I know they're both here, Fernando Martinez Zuniga and Wasim Hadi. Fernando is a freshman at Vance County High School. He led our team with 7 goals. He was one of our best players on our team despite only being a freshman. And I really believe the future is very bright for that young man. Wasim Hadi, he is a sophomore at Vance County High School. He scored 3 goals this season. He was kind of the heart and soul of our team this year, and really great leader and student, and we're really excited to have him back for another 2 years. One special recognition we had this year that he won't be able to attend this evening is Amari Allen. Amari Allen was a senior on our football team. He was not only recognized for the all-conference team, but he was also awarded the Conference Lineman of the Year award. He anchored both our offensive and defensive lines. He finished the season with 50 tackles and 10 tackles for loss on defense. And he actually was an early grad in December, and he has accepted a football scholarship at East Carolina University. And I know he's really excited to be a Pirate, and we're very proud of him. Another football player who is here this evening is Eisman Alston. Eisman is a junior at Vance County High School. He played linebacker, and he led our team with 93 tackles. One of the highlights of our season was his 96-yard fumble return for the go-ahead touchdown against Warren County. Another great football player we have that's here tonight is Davion Vinesholder. Davion is a senior at Vance County High School. He played running back and linebacker. He was second on the team in tackles with 74, but he also led our team with 560 rushing yards, 5 rushing touchdowns, 316 receiving yards, and 3 receiving touchdowns. He was one of the most athletic kids on our team, and we're really excited about the options he's still considering in regards to playing football in college next year. Israel Terry, he's a junior at Vance County High School, also all conference in football. He played wide receiver and defensive back. He led our team with 474 receiving yards, 7 receiving touchdowns, as well as 37 tackles and 2 interceptions on defense. Very excited to have him back next year. Our starting quarterback, Nazir Garrett, he was the all-conference selection at quarterback. He's a junior. He has 1,390 passing yards and 13 passing touchdowns, as well as 237 rushing yards. And our last all-conference selection of football was Tayshawn Alston. Tayshawn is a freshman at Vance County High School who played varsity football this year. He was a defensive end. He had 54 tackles and led our team with 4 sacks. He also had a 96-yard defensive touchdown against Granville Central. He is a kid we're very fortunate to have for another 3 years. He has the potential to be a very high-level Division I college football player. I know we've had Virginia Tech come by the school and make a few other schools call about him, so his future is very bright. And then we have 3 honorable mention selections. One was Carl Stevens III. He is a senior at Vance County High School who played running back on the football team. He rushed for 419 yards and 4 touchdowns. Nathaniel Durham, he is a sophomore at Vance County High School. He played on both the offensive and defensive line. We're kind of looking at him as the next man up to replace Amari Allen. And he's going to be the anchor of our offensive and defensive lines moving forward. He had 38 tackles and 4 sacks on defense. And lastly, who is here this evening, Chris Jones. Chris Jones is a junior at Vance County Early College. He didn't play football last year, so we were really excited to get him back this year. He was a defensive end, and he led the team with 4 sacks and 42 tackles on defense. He also had 15 carries for 75 yards as a running back on offense, and we're looking for him to be a bigger part of the offense next year. Really great kid, amazing student, and he also has big college potential, so we're really excited to have him back.
Very proud of all of these athletes. And as you heard, they're not only good athletes, they're good people. And so we're very, very proud of them. Mr. Warren, Mr. Sherrod, thank you for your hard effort and hard work in the athletic department. have so much to celebrate tonight. We're going to move directly now to our career and technical education and Dr. Fowler.
Evening. As you all know, Career and Technical Education, or CTE as we know it, is a program that educates our students and prepares them for high demand, high wage jobs that lead to careers. We are pleased to celebrate this evening, February, the CTE month. And we'd like to share with you a video that we created to support our program. So if I could ask Ms. Abbott to play our video.
When we think about where we are in the year 2021, it's a priority for us to reimagine what experiences we will offer students. As educators, sometimes we become very comfortable in the things that we know. And so what we are encouraging here in Vance County, our staff, our administrators to do is to really reimagine the future. What will it look like, be like for these students when they graduate and actually enter the world of work?
We're very proud at Vance County High School because our CTE courses allow our kids to go in any career field that they're interested in or college. We're dealing with a totally different generation who responds more to visual cues. So it's important that teachers reflect that in their teaching.
We have already seen how much education has changed as well as what the jobs of the futures are. So we have to prepare our kids. I think we will be doing them a disservice if we continue to do things in a very traditional manner, knowing that there's going to be more that they're going to be expected of.
The CTE program here in Vance County Schools, it's helping our students to understand the opportunities right here in Vance County. Students are actually specifically given opportunities to learn skills around particular fields or careers.
You have your basic classes such as like your science and your math and your English, but with the CTE classes, they give you that real world experience kind of opportunity. And I feel like you would not get that experience if you just did everything online or with pen and paper. You don't get that hands-on experience.
El programa CTI es muy bueno para los alumnos porque ahí generan experiencias para agarrar la carrera que ellos quieren. Y así cada semestre ir experimentando en las áreas que ellos quieran ver.
Industries do not come to places where you do not have skilled workers. So this program helps provide those skilled workers, training those students how to run the laboratory, how to use laboratory equipment, how to do measurements. All of those are what those industries look for at the beginning. You need those skills in order to enter that biotech industry.
We'll actually have students back in the kitchen, cooking food for the patrons in the cafe. So that'll give them the real world restaurant experience. So taking orders, sending it back to the kitchen, we fix the orders, we send it out plated, and they have it from here.
Yeah, they are CTE courses and they are focused on certain job areas. But participating in these courses also prepare you for college. And so if you take a CTE class, you can't go wrong wherever your path is going to take you.
It really is about finding what fits each student. And if that is a credential, a license, the military, a university degree, we will support our students to earn whatever it is that is aligned with their career path and their personal plan for success.
We're very proud of the work that our CTE program, our teachers, and our district coordinator is doing, Ms. Amy Langston. This particular project was a passion project for her. So we'd like to thank her for this work that she's doing. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Dr. Bowers. Thank you so much. And then one last recognition for this evening. So we'll move forward. last Friday, the North Carolina, let me get it exactly right, North Carolina, SPRA, I know what it means, but I wanted to make sure that I said it correctly. It has to do with Public Relations Association, okay? The State Public Relations Association, I apologize for that, have their annual awards, their annual Blue Ribbon Awards. And so we're very pleased this evening to recognize Ms. Sandlin and the awards for Vance County, 3 gold medals for graphic design, and 1 for, of course, special events. And you can see the specifics around those. Convocation information, understanding our plans, graphic design around Arts Alive, and then 3 silver around our LEAP grants that were presented and shared at our fall convocation. And then the CFI ribbon cutting event, and the digital media around ACOG's Festival of Lights. And then you will see several bronze as well, as it relates to either electronic media or particular publications. We like to make a personal thank you and recognition of Ms. Erica Sandlin. Erica, if you would come forward, please. Very proud of you. How do we best recognize, if someone would take a picture? How do we best recognize? So what I think that we will do is actually begin a plaque that every year will recognize the number of medals that or awards that are received. And so we can continue to track this. So this is a mock-up. And then every year we'll have the year and the number of medals. So again, thank you very much for promoting the work in this district, for your partnership with others who are trying to promote their schools and our events. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's it for this evening. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. It's great to have a lot of things to celebrate.
Any comments from the public? Are there any comments from the public?
No,
No.
I'm not very sure what is.
No, okay. At this time, we'll have the superintendent's report.
Thank you so much. As we move forward, we'll begin first with our fiscal oversight monthly report. Mr. Seaver.
Good evening. As you can see, the fiscal oversight monthly report has been completed. A couple of announcements on that would be all state mandated bonuses were paid out in January on time. The new state mandated salary increase was put into effect and reflected on January paycheck. W-2s and 1099s were processed and available for printing or were mailed out. And the finance department will begin calculating retro pay for employees for July 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Seaver. Moving right along to our masking policy and COVID data. As a reminder, the district has a policy that says at each board meeting, we will review the data and then act upon a recommendation around COVID. Going back to September, just very quickly, you can see the high bars for the number of students and our staff who tested positive and were quarantined. As we move right on into October and November, you will continue to see rather large numbers. As we move on into December, again, one of our peak periods, not only here in the school district, but in the county. And of course, we see that carry on into early January as we return from the break. We're beginning to see in January, you'll notice the bars are getting a little shorter as the positivity rate is declining. And now if you will notice the first few days in February, we are very happy to see
that our numbers continue to go down. We are still going to have the peaks and valleys, but overall, things are beginning to look much better. According to the ABC Collaborative and our partnership with Duke University, the epidemiologists continue to remind us that while the virus is still here, there will continue to be variants probably for a long, long time, as we have seen with the flu, that those who are vaccinated and the more of the population who actually become vaccinated or who have the natural immunities because they've actually had the virus, we will see less and less extreme cases of those who have to be hospitalized or placed on particular medical equipment. Having said all of that, we're not quite at the point per the ABC Collaborative and Duke to feel comfortable with totally moving away from the mask. And so based upon their recommendation, the medical community at Duke University and the epidemiologists, I would like to place before you a recommendation that we will continue to require face coverings indoors for all staff and students to maintain a high level of safety in all facilities where students are present, as well as on buses. And that we will review this at our next board meeting for future steps.
Thank you. Do I have a motion that we accept the recommendation of our superintendent?
I make a motion that we accept the recommendation of our superintendent.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion?
Thank you so much. And again, we look forward to the time, hopefully in the near future, when we can see this change.
There's no discussion on that recommendation, so all those in favor, raise your hand. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I do.
Vocational Rehabilitation Services Agreement. You saw this in the spring. It was provided to the board at that time. We're simply bringing it back to you now with a change in signature, with a change in superintendents. So we have asked the group, the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation Services, to provide us with an updated contract, cooperative agreement that has the current superintendent's name, and then at that time I will sign that. Please know that there are no changes other than the name. So I wanted to bring that to you and seek your permission to move forward for that, for the new signature.
My motion that that we go ahead and approve this contingent on the name being changed.
There's that. Second. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand. Thank you.
And the last thing on my agenda, another real celebration is the 8th grade Center for Innovation Experiences video. Dr. Destiny Ross Putney and Mr. Mark Hodge and a few others have certainly supported them in this effort as well. Are doing such an amazing job with the students who have had the opportunity to take an in-district field trip to the Center for Innovation. So I'll pause now and let Dr. Destiny Ross Putney make any comments she would like to, and then share with us a brief video.
Thank you, Dr. Bennett. Good evening, Madam Chair and board members. Like Dr. Bennett said, we thought it was really important to bring in our 5th and our 8th grade students for a specific transition theme, Destination Innovation. Because both of them are going to a new grade band, we wanted to showcase a lot of our course offerings that align specifically to careers. So we were able to do some strategic planning for what we offered our students. If you guys could watch the recap in this video so you could see what all they were able to take from it. Again, we're just very excited to continue partnerships. This one year, we worked with our student services as well as our transition coordinator and our CTE teachers. They were all very instrumental in ensuring that we displayed some of the course offerings at our high school. Thank you.
Thank you. That was making pizza, creating a vision board and actually learning how to withdraw the fluid from the arms and into a model arm. These were just fascinating, wonderful, wonderful experiences. Thank you again.
I was gonna say, if they had had that when I was in high school, maybe I would have thought I was gonna be a graphic designer. That's all. Okay, at this time, we will have our standing committee report, personnel.
Good evening, Madam Chair and board members. Can y'all hear me okay? Can you hear me? So good evening. On February 8th, we had our personnel committee. Present at the meeting was Dr. Bennett, Marsha Abbott, Erica Sandlin, Ruth Hartness, and Jennifer Caraway. The meeting was called to order at 8:30 by Ruth Hartness. Personnel summary was shared. The personnel summary was presented to the committee for review. We also discussed vacancies. Currently, we have 41 school vacancies. There was discussion around how to fill these vacancies. In addition, there was an informational item about field experiences. Information was presented on individuals completing their field experiences in our schools. There was a question that Ms. Hartness asked about how we can obtain feedback from our staff members leaving the district. The exit process was discussed and the use of exit interviews to gain feedback from people leaving the district. There were no further questions and the meeting was adjourned at 8:48.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to accept the personnel recommendation?
Make a motion to accept personnel recommendations.
Yes, sir. Okay,
Yes.
well, thank you. Any discussion?
Yes, I have one question. And when I was looking at this, I see at this building at ASC, I see some substitutes. So they're not substituting in this building, are they? Okay.
No, ma'am. Substitutes are listed because there is no specific location. So when we hire substitutes, they're tied to the ACS building as a district because they go to all of the schools. Versus when a staff member is hired, they're tied and their budget code is tied directly to a school.
So is this the same as the person going out substituting as a teacher? So that's different, is that correct?
That would be, yes, ma'am, that would be.
More specialized substitute.
No, ma'am, it would be the substitutes that are hired for the district to sub in buildings for teachers, yes, ma'am.
Ms. White, one of the things that,
Because usually you don't see this, I mean, this building, this is the first time I've seen them, I've seen substitutes, I've seen them plenty, but I just don't see them, to the administrative field.
and while they're not,
Tied to the administrative building when it comes up.
They're not tied to the administrative building, we're just placing it as a location.
I know, but usually you don't see
Got
ASC and them, visiting substitutes. But anyway, that's a first for me. I've been here a minute. So all schools, they say all schools. And that would eliminate the confusion because I started looking because it says at this building, it is for all schools and maybe we need to change the title to say all schools.
Yes, ma'am,
As I
thank you.
said before, I've been here a long time and that's the first time I've seen that notated in this manner.
glad to do that, that's fine.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand. Thank you. Unanimous vote. Finance, Ms. White.
Right, so you on.
Good evening again. The Finance Committee meeting met on January 26th, and these minutes have been revised. Members present were Ms. White, Ms. Oxendine, Ms. Cobb, Mr. Suker, Ms. Sandlin, Dr. Bennett, Mr. Purdue, Ms. Abbott, Ms. Burton, and Dr. Caraway. Ms. White called the meeting to order at noon and turned the meeting over to Mr. Suker. The contracts and services and large purchases, the Center for Creative Leadership will design and facilitate leadership development program sessions for $82,360 from ESSER funds. Roads branding will define the VCS website for ease of use, printed materials, and create a video showcasing the district to help publicize the district, and branding will help recruit and retain staff to ensure the goals and strategies are being met for $57,500 from ESSER funds. New leaders will clarify the roles leaders of teams play in the current context to shift the tide toward a more equitable and racially just environment for both staff and students for $136,500, and this is from Title I funds.
Let's pause for a moment and make a motion to approve, this for the large, contract services and large purchases. That is my motion to approve that.
I'll second.
Ms. Oxendine, second.
Excuse me, can you speak for the resident?
I said, Ms. Oxendine did second. I made a motion to approve the contracts and large services, and Ms. Oxendine did second that motion.
All right, thank you. Yeah, all of them will be in the microphone, I'll do that. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you.
Next, the Center for Innovation rental fee schedule was discussed by the Finance Committee. Ms. White shared that her desire for the facility use fees would be reasonably priced so the facilities are accessible to the community. The committee agreed to table this until next month for further review. Under the Center for Innovation quotes, we have Wegner Corporation will install five three-step floor risers and 5 sound shells on the auditorium stage for $20,311.35 coming from PRC 108. Whisper Room will provide sound booths for the audio lab for $61,195 from PRC 108. Jerry Looper Construction will remove panels and partitions in the bathrooms at the CFI, paint the walls, I apologize. Will remove panels and partitions, paint the walls and ceilings, and fix electrical fixtures in the bathrooms for $19,500 from ESSER funds. And TRI Solutions will provide new epoxy floor coverings and new glaze on the tiles in the bathrooms for $50,652.88 from ESSER funds. Ms. Hart has asked, will tile be placed on top of the existing floors? And Mr. Purdue shared that the floors will be refinished and new color epoxy will be added. Yes, ma'am, we can certainly do that. As I mentioned in the Finance Committee, briefly, there will be signs placed at CFI for visitors and people on our campus to easily locate the entrances. As an addendum, we are bringing to the board tonight, the Center for Innovation campus needs signs to help designate entrances for those who are visiting. The corner monument sign will be located on the corner of North William Street and Charles Street. There will be 4 pillars, with each showcasing a specific school logo representing each of the 3 schools and the Center for Innovation on the campus. The building monument signs will be located at the entrances of the 3 STEM Early High and Advanced Academy. On each sign, there will be an indicator entrance number of 1, 2, or 3 to help our community better navigate the campus. The quote is for the materials, tax, and installation, and is $34,208. Additional costs may be incurred to secure required permits. This is budgeted to be paid from federal funds, PRC 108, which is student support and academic enrichment. And there is a quote from Sign and Auging Systems attached. And the administration is requesting the board to approve the quote from Sign and Auging Systems.
I would like to make a motion that, we approve, these, purchases for the Center for Innovation.
I second the motion.
There's nothing on the floor and a second to, approve the signages and all of the fairs and whatever it is we're doing the Center for Innovation, and I think it's absolutely wonderful, because that is a beautiful building. And going to be very, very, useful for the school system. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. To finish out the meetings, revised minutes for the meetings, the committee, spoke about teacher legislative bonus for $300 to be paid to qualified teachers. The new principal salary schedule, for the first 6 months of 2021, the ADM was held at 2019-2020 numbers. And for the last 6 months, for January through June 2022, the ADM is based on the 21-22 numbers. And conversations are being held with the principals, and they know their new amounts. Being no further discussion, Ms. Oxen, I motion Ms. Cobb second and take the new principal salary schedule effective February 1st. That includes the reduction of salary due to ADM decrease to the full board. An overview of state mandated bonuses was discussed, and a chart was provided by Mr. Souther and Ms. White shared that her desire that all staff be informed of their salary increase as it varies across the district. ESSER outdoor learning grant requests to the schools. Each of the 16 schools is allowed to complete an internal grant application to apply for $75,000 for their school. The grant covers outdoor learning space, student and or staff health and wellness rooms. The following schools have submitted a plan and is under review: Vance County Middle School, the Vance Academy, Vance Virtual Village, Pinkston, and Carver. The grants will come from ESSER funds. And we've already discussed the signs for innovation, the marker signs and the IDs for Center for Innovation. And being no further discussion, business, the meeting adjourned at 12:50. With that, I do have addendums. This is a lot tonight, isn't it? So, yes, ma'am, we can start with E.O. Young. There's an addendum at the end of the finance packet for E.O. Young Elementary School HVAC bid. Bids for the E.O. Young Elementary School HVAC replacement were opened on February 9th, 2022. Vance County Schools received 3 bids from Carrier, Train, and York. And they are listed here for Carrier $131,000 with a 6-week delivery time, Train for $180,200 for a 23 to 26 week delivery time, and then York for $130,039.65 with a 28-week delivery frame. The Carrier bid is being recommended to receive the award because they are the only manufacturer that can deliver the equipment in time to complete the project over the summer. Bidding for the contract installation is due to Vance County Schools on February 17th and will be taken to the Building and Grounds Committee and Finance Committee. The bid for Carrier is for the equipment only, and it's $131,000. This is budgeted to be paid from ESSER funds and will help ensure the mitigation of the spread of COVID-19 virus in the future. The bid for contract installation will be separate. The administration is requesting the board to approve the bid from Carrier for the HVAC equipment to be installed at E.O. Young Elementary School.
And that is my motion, that we approve the bid from Carrier for the HVAC at E.O. Young.
I second. Thank you very much. Is there any discussion? If not, all those that approve, vote aye. Thank you.
And finally, under the revised agenda for tonight, we have the school mental health support personnel. This is a report from the state and to be shared with the board. School mental health support personnel are classified as psychologists, counselors, nurses, and social workers. The attached report shows the total number of each category of school mental health support employed by Vance County Schools. and the difference from the previous school year and the total number of each category. This report is based on December's payroll from the state.
Hope everybody got an opportunity to look at that. So that's it. You have anything else, Mr. Sue? I think that's it, right?
I think we covered it all. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Covered a lot of ground, not here, doing a lot of exciting things. Okay, building grant. We met on the Thursday, January 27th. The Center for Renovation update kind of presented by Mr. Sue. They are finishing the video recording studio and supposed to be completion on that. The Whisper Room, audio recording studio is in order and will be located in the room right below the video recording studio on the first floor. PRA project, the HVAC replacement, ACOP and Dabney continue, and the next equipment to be installed, the air conditioning portion will be completed in the next 60 days. Clark LED upgrade will begin during the spring, as the next CIP project. We continue to clean, as we always have, and spray and clean continue throughout the district in order to keep our schools clean and spring COVID is because again, I think our crew does a magnificent job. Okay, and I think that is all in your folders, your work orders. And any questions about this report? Okay, we move on. Policy.
Okay, the Vance County Schools Policy Committee met Wednesday, January 26th at 1 o'clock. Doreen Luxembourg, Erica Salmon, Marsha Abbott, Jennifer Caraway, Linda Cobb, Kevin Perdue, Dr. Cindy Bennett, Lori White, John Suter, and Michelle Burton were present. As usual, Ms. Burton did a great job explaining all these policies, and she presented policies 17, 20, 40, 30, and 7235 about Title IX, non-discrimination on the basis of sex, which is a wonderful policy. And upon review of this, Ms. White made a motion to approve, Ms. Cobb seconded, and these were approved. And then Ms. Burton asked that the policy committee 5030, community use of facilities, be tabled upon approval of the fee structure by the finance committee. So a motion was made to table this. And at this time, we were bringing it to the board to approve. So I make a motion that we table policy 5030 with the facilities. Well,
A second. Motion and a second, any discussion? Thank you.
Then Ms. Burton proceeded to explain, what the ones are in your book, I'm sure you read them, policies 8,000 series. And the meeting was then adjourned at 1:10, and the next policy meeting is February 23rd at 12:30. Thank you.
Curriculum committee met on January 27th at 10 o'clock. President Ed Wilson and Dorothy Gooch and Gloria White was virtual attendee. Staff members present, Dr. Cindy Bennett, Chelsea Jennings, Michelle Burton, Jennifer Caraway, John Suter, Marsha Abbott, Dr. Destiny Ross Putney, Amy Langston, and Natasha Lynn Snipes. Then I call the meeting to order at 9:30. January 27th meeting, Ms. Powers' staff provided the most comprehensive briefing update on many different areas of curriculum. I think you will agree, if you read the The briefing was included, the notes of the briefing were included with your board brief. And I hope you all had a chance to read them. They're very complete and very thorough. And Ms. Powers, I will turn this over to you now. If you have anything you'd like to stress, you or any of your team members who happen to be here. It was very good.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. I would just say again that the notes encompass everything that was covered from professional development, technology updates. You saw the career technical education video clip. We're very proud of that. We're going to continue to work on bringing you updates monthly from each department. As a matter of fact, we will not be able to present in February the ESL updates, but we will have ESL in March. Exceptional children programs provided updates and the data that we have there, as well as Ms. Burton shared some innovative schools updates. As Mr. Wilson said, that really concluded our meeting, and we're looking forward to sharing more data and information about what's going on in our schools with you.
When we include briefing notes in the board work, please take time to study those. And if you have any questions, bring them to the full board. It's very inclusive and very detailed, and it wouldn't do justice to the briefers if I stay here tonight and sit here and read this. So please pay attention to it. That concluded the curriculum committee meeting. Our next meeting is February 24th at 9:30.
Community and business relations.
The Community and Business Relations Committee met February the 8th at 9 a.m. And Mrs. Sandlin shared a lot of information with the committee members. They included she discussed about the analytics and insights that are listed in the minutes in your notebook. The COVID dashboard continues to be updated daily with district data broken down by schools. The dashboard is accessible on the Vance County School website. Okay, training continues with the Blackboard mass notification training, and also the website training and support continues. Family engagement survey. This survey was developed by one of our social work interns in conjunction with her courses at NCSU. She worked closely with family engagement and communication to develop a survey that would be beneficial to the district as a whole. Student spotlight continues. School recognition continues with scheduled spotlights through the month of March. Board recognition at May Board of Education meeting for all of the 2022 student spotlight recipients. Continuously marketing district-wide events, arts live updates, and engagement sessions, as well as sharing important news and communication. And February, Innovative School campaign. This campaign will continue through February the 28th. February and March, also live sponsorship and marketing, and you can get your sponsorship form from the website from the BCPS board member or from communication office. March and April is WOW, Start Now Enrollment Campaign, is now known as Education is Your Superpower. The campaign will kick off fully in March with our students' photos as superheroes displayed on the signature. The first sign is posted outside of the district office entrance. Virtual family engagement nights, dates are listed February 15th, March 15th, April 12th, May 10th, and June 2nd. Okay, scheduled business hours at the Center for Innovation, August 2022. Business after hours is sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce. Local media, Wiz, and Henderson Dispatch. We request bus driver pay incentive, Wayne Adcock, for the toy dedication and passing of Mr. Ronald Gray. You have information in your notebook about the facility rental. And I think that's covered a lot of information shared with us about these various topics. And a lot of the information is included in your notebooks. So you can look in your notebooks to see more about what we discussed and talked about. I don't have a date for our next meeting, but as soon as I find out, I will let you know.
Thank you. We have at this time, we also have no field trip. I would like to have a motion on the transfer. We have 6 transferring in from various areas, and we have 4 that are transferring out.
6 or 10 transfer?
We have the addendum, so it will be 10, so we do.
10 transfer in.
Ms. Bonnie, can you listen to you?
I said it'll be 10, we have an addendum, so it'll be 10
10
transferring in on the agenda.
On the addendum.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll just,
Plus, that's, I'm sorry. Yeah, plus 1, yeah, these are just ones that are coming, yeah. Thank you, we have a motion.
I make a motion to accept the 10 transfer ins and,
Transferring in. Do I have a second?
I second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand.
so we make a motion. I make a motion to accept the releases, transfer.
Motion by Mr. Octagon to approve the transfers out. Do I have a second?
I second.
Thank you, Ms. White. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. At this time, I move to go into closed session pursuant to North Carolina General Statute 143, 31811, for purposes of discussing legal, personnel, and property issues pursuant to subsection A of the said statute.
I second.
All who approve, raise your right hand. Thank you. And thank all of us for being here to see. Thank you.